Yeah, good morning, students. So, welcome to the new session, 25th July, shift 2, phase 3 question paper, chemistry question paper. Now, we are going to see how the questions and how we are going to deal with them. Okay, so let us see the first question. So, this question, which is based on the colligative properties, we all know the colligative properties, which is quite simpler. Right here, the question which is based on the elevation in the boiling point, delta TB is equals to KB into M. Here, no data which is given regarding the electrolyte. So, I am considering the I value is equals to 1. If something which is given data regarding the type of electrolyte or this is the kind of electrolyte, then I would have take I is equals to 1, 2, 3, something else. But here nothing is given, that's why I am considering it is equals to 1. Now delta TB is equals to KB into M. So delta TB which is given, what is the delta TB given? 0.6, KB value is also given 5 into weight of the substance 3, gram molecular weight we have to calculate into 1000 divided by 100. Right? So now this is going to be how much? 0.20, x is equals to 50 divided by 0.2. So that is equals to 250. As simple as that. There is no complication, there is no inherent data, everything which is visible to you on the screen. Nothing, no inherent data, there is no need to search for something, this, that. Okay, so such a simpler question this is. Next, we'll move to the next question. Yeah, next question. The following ions, the spin only magnetic moment. Given Ta plus 3 is given, scandium plus 3 and vanadium plus 2. As we know that scandium, titanium and vanadium, scandium 4s2 3d1, titanium 4s2 3d2 and vanadium 4s2 3d3. Now scandium plus 3, this is equals to 3d0. When comes to vanadium 2 plus, this is 3d3 and titanium plus 3, it's going to be 3d1. Number of unpaired electrons are 1, number of unpaired electrons are 0, number of unpaired electrons are equals to 3. So more the number of unpaired electrons, more will be the magnetic moment. Now who will be having the more magnetic moment? V2 plus is greater than Ti plus 3 is greater than scandium plus 3. So here also as simple as that, as you know the number of unpaired electrons, based on the formula square root of n into n plus 2 you can calculate, because everyone, we just calculated the number of unpaired electrons and we came to the conclusion that who is having the more magnetic moment. Next question. Yeah, moving into the next question. Heat given to the system. Heat given to the system, which means amount of heat energy absorbed. Del Q is equals to plus 150 joules and work done by the system. Work done by the system is equals to, this is actually 200. Here some print error is there. Okay. So now what we have to calculate here, the internal energy. Du is equals to del Q plus del W. Here du is equals to plus 150 minus 200. Therefore du is equals to minus 50 joules. Du is equals to minus 50 joules. This is as simple as that first law of thermodynamics. So here when comes to the first law of thermodynamics is very simple. Du is equals to del Q plus del W. Here heat energy is absorbed, therefore I substituted plus, and work is done by the system, therefore we have taken negative. So as simple as that. If the data is given in some other way, which is something like heat energy released by the system, I would have considered minus. Work is done on the system, I would have considered plus. So this is the first law of thermodynamics, which is always varied with respect to the values which are given in the data. So based on that data only we have taken here. The covalent radii of F minus 1.33, O2 minus 1.40, n is 0.73. Therefore, the following correct order, that is they are asking about here F minus, O2 minus, N3 minus. Even in the first shift also we have seen a question. So which is Na plus Mg plus 2Al plus 3, similar to that. These are also going to be the isoelectronic species. 9 plus 1, 10. This is 8 plus 2 is equals to 10. 7 plus 3, that is equals to 10. As the number of electrons are same, isoelectronic species, here these are anions, charge which is directly proportional to ionic radii. Charge which is directly proportional to ionic radii. More is the charge, more will be the ionic radii. N3 minus is greater than O2 minus is greater than F minus. As simple as that. But previously in shift 1 they have given based on the cations, shift 2 they have given on the basis of the anions. That is the only difference. Remaining everything is going to be quite simple, and this is very frequent attempted space for JEE means. So be careful. Next, for the following correct order of their bond order is, the correct order of their bond order is, usually we will consider something like this. Here O2, O2 minus, O2 2 minus and O2 plus. For O2, as we all know that for O2, the bond order is equals to 2.0, O2 plus the bond order is equals to 2.5, O2 minus the bond order is equals to 1.5, O2 2 minus, we know that peroxide, this is 1.0, and everything which is left to you. So this one, some of them they'll just consider like this also, like O2 16, 17 electrons, and this is 18 electrons, and this is 15 electrons. Right from 12 you can consider 12 electrons, okay, number of electrons 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This is going to be quite simpler when compared with anything else, and you can take it from 10 electrons also, 14 electrons 3.0. From 14 if you come down, it becomes 2.5, now it becomes 2.0, now this becomes 1.5 and it becomes 1.0 here, and here it becomes 2. Here it becomes 2.5 and this is becoming 2.0. 11 again it becomes 1.5. Guess you can understand that. So based on that I have given this one also. This is one of the best method to remember in the exam, because we know that for oxygen anyway O2 double bond we can remember. You can go from here, you can go from more than 16 and less than 16. So this is going to be quite easy, and even more better is N2. N2 we have triple bond, 14 electrons. So less than that decrease and more than that also decrease, because according to MOT within our range of syllabus, so N2 will be having the highest bond order, therefore it is going to be as simple as that. Next, pumice stone. Of course, this is not looking on the board, looking clearly on the board. Pumice stone is going to be gas in solid type. So this, I'm selecting another one. So this is going to be gas in solid, and next cloud, which will be liquid in gas, and the next one, this is going to be liquid in liquid. This is emulsion, we all know. Hair cream, yeah. So hair cream, this is liquid in liquid. We know that this is an emulsion, and cheese is going to be liquid in solid, right? So option C here. And it is not looking nice. Maybe it is not visible clearly on the board, but those are pumice stone, cloud, cheese, as well as the hair cream. So actually this is holium. For this 6s2 4f11 electronic configuration. Now holium 3 plus, it's going to be 4f10, so 10 unpaired electrons. And you can start from 58 to 71. We know 71 is going to be 6s2 4f14. From there you can come down, it is going to be quite easier. So that is the only tip I can give you. So you know that 71 could be 67, here they have given 71, we know that 6s2 4f14. So from there you can come down, therefore you can write electronic configuration quite easily, right? That tip I can give you. Next, lithium carbonate is quite it is unstable actually, because it easily converted to Li2O plus CO2. It can easily come down, it can easily converted, and down the group size of the cation increases, therefore thermal stability will increase. So lithium carbonate is the least stable and it can easily undergo decomposition to give Li2O as well as the carbon dioxide. Next one, sodium is given, and here we have to check for, yeah, sodium bicarbonate can be used in the fire extinguisher. 2NaHCO3, when it is heated, Na2CO3 plus H2O plus CO2. Here we can use this one in the fire extinguisher. Potassium has vital role in the biological system. We know that K plus ions, those are used in the biological systems. CNS, central nervous system. Cesium iodide is the least soluble. Why cesium iodide is least soluble? Cs plus I minus. So down the group, the hydration enthalpy will be decreases. Therefore, the solubility is going to be the least for CSI. So therefore, whose iodide is least soluble? Cesium iodide is going to be the least soluble. Next, the concentration of H3O plus ion in 0.05 molar solution of barium hydroxide. Barium hydroxide BaOH taken twice. Here they have given concentration gives rise to Ba2 plus 2OH minus. Here concentration of OH minus ion is equals to 5 into 10 power minus 3, but 2 are there, 2 into 5 into 10 power minus 3, that is equals to 10 power minus 2. 10 power minus 2. So what they are asking here, this is concentration of OH minus ion. Concentration of OH minus ion is equals to total concentration 10 power minus 2. But what we have to calculate here, the concentration of H plus ion. As we know that H plus concentration into OH minus concentration, which is always equals to Kw, that is 10 power minus 14, right? Concentration of H plus is equals to 10 power minus 14 divided by 10 power minus 2, that is equals to 10 power minus 12. So here they are asking about X. So 1 into 10 power minus 12, here the value is equals to, here X is equals to 1. This is also quite easier for everyone. It's not that difficult. Next, which form interstitial hydride easily? Actually, we know that 6th, 7th and 8th, they does not form hydrides because of, we can call that one as a hydride gap. 6th, 7th as well as 8th, they cannot form. But here, sorry, 7th, 8th, 9th, they cannot form hydride. Even in the 6th group also, only chromium can form. 6th cannot form, this is the 6th. 7th, 8th and 9th, they cannot form, this is called hydride gap. Even in 6th also, only chromium can form. Only chromium can form. So therefore, chromium can form. Right? So 7th, 8th, 9th are the hydride gap. It is clearly which is there in the NCERT textbook. Go and just see this in hydrogen and its compounds topic. Next, froth flotation process always for the sulfide ore. Bessemer converter, it is used for the copper extraction, blister copper. So the copper which is formed in that blister copper, and the blast furnace iron which is obtained is a soft iron. That iron we can call it as a pig iron. Leaching, just now the last in shift 1 also we discussed leaching, what are used. Al2O3 can be used, leaching can be used for the extraction of the silver, leaching can be used for the extraction of the gold. So this is also quite simpler one, as we expected that metallurgy is always having the importance, whether it is JEE mains or it is JEE advanced. Next, which of the following reaction oxidation state changes by 5? So here actually oxidation state here Cr2O72 minus Cr2, we need to put 6 electrons transferred here. Here this is plus 7 to 2, therefore oxidation state changed by 5. So this could be the answer. When comes to here 2CO2, here 2x is equal to plus 6, 2x is equal to plus 8. So how many change? 2 changed. CrO4 minus 2 plus 6. So here this is plus 3. How much change? 3. So here who changed it by 5? That is MnO4 minus 2, Mn plus 2. So this is quite easier one for you. Okay. Next, in which of the following compounds one pi bond is present and maximum canonical structures possible? One pi bond. Actually here we have 3 pi bonds. S double bond O, double bond O, double bond O. One p pi bond and 2 p pi d pi bonds are possible in SO3. CO3 2 minus, double bond O minus, O minus. Here resonating structures which are quite evident, which are absolutely possible, minus, double bond O minus, one p pi bond exists here, right? One p pi bond is possible along with the canonical forms. Oxygen, one p pi bond is possible, but canonical forms are not possible. Here also canonical forms are not possible. S double bond O, one p pi bond as well as one p pi d pi bond is quite evident with one lone pair of electron. Either SO3 as well as SO2, they don't have canonical structures. As well as O2 also, it also doesn't have any canonical structure. The one which is having the canonical structure, which means resonating structures, who is having that? None other than carbonate ion. For example, if sulfide is given, that could be the one other one chance. Phosphate ions like perchlorate ion, chlorate ions. So they are all having the pi bonds as well as the canonical structures. So an electron moving with a velocity 2 into 10 power 6 meter per second, if the speed can be measured. So here, as we know that delta x into delta p is greater than or equals to h divided by 4 pi. So delta x into m into delta v is greater than or equals to h divided by 4 pi. Delta x into delta v is greater than or equals to h divided by 4 pi m. Velocity we know 2 into 10 power 6, but here percentage delta v is equals to 2 into 10 power 6 into 0.02 divided by 100. That is equals to 2 into 10 power 6 into 2 into 10 power minus 4. That is equals to 4 into 10 square. That is 400. Delta v is equals to. Whereas uncertainty in position, we have to calculate uncertainty in position. Okay, right. Velocity, mass of the electron. Okay, right. So delta x we have to calculate. Delta v we know 4 into 10 square greater than or equals to 6.625 into 10 power minus anyway they are asking in terms of meter minus 34 joule second, and this is a 4 3.14 mass 9.1 into 10 power minus 31, otherwise minus 28 grams, but here they have given in terms of SI system we have taken. So now when we calculate this one, we are going to get the uncertainty in the position. It's a little lengthy calculation. Apart from the calculation, there is nothing in the problem. So everything which is evident, every data which is evident in the question, we just substitute in the formula. So there ends the matter for this question, nothing else. The only thing is calculation, you just go through that calculation. A gives rise to B. In this reaction, concentration of B changes by 0.2 in 30 minutes. The average rate of the reaction is X into 10 power minus 1 mole per liter R. Look at this. Here they have given in 30 minutes. So this is the only one. We have to calculate the average rate. So average rate is equals to change in concentration divided by change in time. Change in concentration divided by change in time. 0.3 divided by 30 minutes, which means 0.5. So that is equals to, anyway, 2 divided by 5. So 0.4, 4 into 10 power minus 1 mole liter inverse R inverse. So here also average rate, which means change in concentration divided by time. There will be two different types of rates of reaction. One is instantaneous rate and another one is average rate. If rate is calculated for a range of time, that is average rate. If at a point of time, that is going to be instantaneous rate. Okay, clear? Next, we'll move to the next one. Which among the following compounds is the most stable? Yeah, if you look at all these options, we could find ethylene diamine. Ethylene diamine, CH2, CH2, NH2, NH2. So when you have metal like this, it is going to form. So it is going to form a chelation. A chelation complex which is always stable. The factors affecting the stability of the complex, like the nature of the metal, oxidation state of the metal ion, nature of the ligand, among them temperature, basicity. So among them, one of the most influenceable factor is chelation as well as the hydrogen bonding. The complexes which are having the hydrogen bonding are more stable because they get the extra stability. Similar to that, the complexes, the ligands which are having the ability to form the chelation, they're such as stable complexes. They can form such as stable complexes. So here also, more is the chelation, more will be the stability. So when you have more number of ethylene diamine, more will be the stability of the complex. So where we could see the more, here 3 ethylene diamines are there, therefore more stable, right? This is also quite easy. So that's why we are keep on mentioning, don't miss out any concept which is there in the NCERT textbook. So all these are going to be very vital. Next, Zeldal's method. We know that Zeldal's method, percentage of nitrogen is equals to 1.4 into number of equivalents divided by weight of organic compound. Weight of organic compound, right? Percentage of nitrogen is given as 42, which means 0.42. That is equals to 1.4. Number of equivalents, 1 molar of H2SO4. So some data which is missed here. So number of equivalents, some data, because of this we all know that initial concentration of sodium hydroxide also we don't know. So they did not give the data, so we are unable to solve this question. We already mentioned all these questions are memory based. Here the data is not there, but anyway, they want to calculate what is the they want to calculate 0.8 grams. This is given, and they might want to calculate. I think that is also not mentioned here. So this is quite memory based. So therefore, something which is data is missed. So here we cannot calculate. We cannot proceed further in this problem. Yeah, SnHCl, this is going to give you aniline. Aniline is going to participate in the coupling reaction. Therefore, this will be NH2, N double bond N. So, para substituted, coupling. For phenols as well as the amines like aniline, we are going to get the coupling reactions with the diazonium salts. Bromine carbon tetrachloride. Yeah, we have bromine carbon tetrachloride. Therefore, it is going to be an anti-addition. Anti-addition, because Br plus is going to be attacked here. Therefore, it is going to form bromonium. Another bromine has to attack here. Therefore, it is an anti-addition. When it forms an anti-addition, the formed compound is going to be CH3, CH3, H, Br, Hu, Br, and another one CH3, Br, Hu, Br, Hu, CH3 is going to be formed. So, two stereoisomers will be formed. two stereoisomers will be formed, right? Yeah, one question. We just went forward. Biodegradable polymer. So glycine isoprene. Isoprene is an it's like synthetic compound. Glycine aminocaprolic acid. This glycine we know CH2 NH2 COOH plus NH2 CH2 taken 5 times and COOH, nylon 2,6 biodegradable polymer, which is clearly there in the NCERT textbook. You can check once. So glycine along with aminocaprolic acid, it is going to give nylon 2,6 because nitrogen which is going to be repeated for every 2,6 carbons, that is why it is a nylon 2,6 biodegradable polymer. PHBV also another biodegradable polymer. PHBV, the option is not definitely, which is not there anywhere. Acrylonitrile synthetic. Alanine, okay. But again, chloroprene, isoprene, both of them are going to be, they are not biodegradable polymers. Definitely not. Next, benzene nitrile. Benzene nitrile, we know C triple bond N reacts with Grignard reagent CH3MgBr, something which is product P. Which of the following chemical test will be given by the compound? So followed by hydrolysis also, let us consider. Now actually bond will be polarized and here we are going to get plus, such that on benzene nucleus we will be having carbon. So carbon that will be having CH3 double bond N MgBr. So now upon hydrolysis, it's going to give C double bond O CH. So definitely it can give iodoform test, no doubt about it. Followed by hydrolysis, maybe some data is missed, maybe they want to ask this. So benzene nitrile upon reacted with Grignard reagent followed by hydrolysis gives a ketone. Now this ketone is having the CH3 double bond O group, therefore it can give definitely iodoform test with that CHI3 along with the benzoic acid is going to be formed. Quite simple paper compared to the previous ones. Here we have another one more, which is acidic strength. Acidic strength is directly proportional to the stability of carbanion. Stability of carbanion. Here this is the carbanion, benzyl carbanion if it lost one hydrogen. So one is, this is going to be the carbanion. Here it gets the aromaticity, therefore it gets extra stability. Then after benzyl carbanion. Then after we have just normal propyl carbanion, N-propyl carbanion. And after that we have, this is anti-aromatic compound because 2 pi electrons, 4n plus 12. Yeah. 4n pi electrons are there. Okay, anti-aromatic. So stability will be like this. If it is carbocation, it could have been more stable because of more resonating structures. And carbanion also, but it is having the resonance as well as the aromatic character. So and here negative charge which is involved in the aromatic character. So DCBA. Absolutely this, right. So cytosine, we know that NH2 both of them are opposite and C double bond O. This is going to be cytosine, which is clearly memory based. No need to explain regarding this one structure. Now look at this. This is quite interesting question. So first NaNO2 HCl is given. Therefore we are going to get CH3 N2 plus Cl minus. So now anyway it is going to form, N2 plus is going to be stable compound and therefore it is going to be removed, such that here the formed carbocation will be CH3 we have here and we have the positive charge here. Now this is a primary carbocation. Here because of this shift, methyl shift, tertiary carbocation possibility will be there, and therefore it is going to form tertiary carbocation is formed. Now from water it is going to form the bond and it gives the OH. So what is the compound? This is the one. So here rearrangement is there. Since some 3 or 4 years they are concentrating on the rearrangements. It was not there in the JEE mains, but now after changing the pattern and all, they are absolutely spot on with the rearrangements. So just go through the rearrangements of organic compounds once. So the rearrangements are also pretty simple rearrangements they are giving. So it is quite easier for the student, those who are preparing for the JEE Advanced. Simple carbocation rearrangements anyone can do. Next, CFCs are dissociated with the chlorine radical by radiation of visible radiation. So CFCs are dissociated to chlorine radical by radiation of visible radiation. This is absolutely false. Next, O3 reacts with nitric oxide. O3, when it reacts with nitric oxide, it is going to give NO2 plus O2. But they have given N2 and O2. Therefore, this is false. Both of them are going to be false. Clearly memory based. And first year, which is NCERT textbook, again environmental chemistry. Increasing order of the density. As the gram molecular weight increases, density also going to be increased. Therefore, 1 bromo is the first. Then after it is going to be 1,3 dichloro, second one. Then after this is going to be chloro. Then after benzene is going to be the last one. So as the gram molecular weight mass increases, density is equal to mass divided by volume. So as the mass increases, obviously density is also going to be increased. Next, malic anhydride can be prepared by malic acid. 2 in 1,4 dioic acid. Upon heating this one, here carbon dioxide is going to lost and they are going to give malic anhydride can be given by heating of but 2 in 1,4 dioic acid. Yeah, is this the end of all the questions? You have done with every question? Yeah, we have done this. Let me check once because sometimes we can skip 2 questions at a time. So that's why I'm going through everything. Yeah. Yeah, we have done every question. So this is the end of the session. So shift to 25th July, which is over. Have a nice day. Thank you. Prepare well.